Hey, in this video, we're gonna be talking about the veteran benefits when you move to Texas. So if you're a veteran like me, you're gonna wanna stick around and learn all of the benefits that are available to you, especially the ones towards the end, because they could save you a lot of money. And we're getting after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Dallas, Texas, then tap the bell for notifications and subscribe so you can be the first to learn of the current market in Dallas, Texas. My name is Levi Lassick, and my partner Jimmy and I get calls and emails every single day of people just like you looking for help on making their move to Dallas, Texas, and we absolutely love it. Now, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make a smooth move to Dallas, Texas. So this video is special to my heart because I am a veteran, just like you if you're watching this video and you want to learn about the veteran benefits that are awarded to you when you move to Texas. So if you're coming from out of state, or even if you're currently in Texas right now and you're thinking about buying a home, then you're going to want to stick around for this video because we've got a lot to uncover. But of course, being in real estate, as we are, we want to tell you about the land loans and the VA loans for your home that you can really take advantage of that are going to save you a lot of money. The VA loans are going to offer you the opportunity for 0% down and also no mortgage insurance. So that is a huge savings each month. That equals out to a few $100s each month that we could save off of your mortgage. And then also, depending on your disability rating, we could also, there's a possibility of getting the funding fee waived. Now the funding fee is usually about $10,000, so if you don't have a disability rating, just keep an eye out for that and know that that can be added into the loan. But again, you'll discuss all of that with a lender, which by the way, if you don't have a lender, we've got some great preferred partners that we can refer you to and we'd be happy to help you out. But the land loans, I know for you veterans that like to, or want your space, you know, maybe you don't want to be in the city, you don't want to be around the hustle and bustle, you want to be out in the country, which is one of the great things about being in Texas, and you want some land. You know, right now, again, we want to speak with the lender, but they're offering up to $150,000 with only 5% down, and you can actually put that on a 30-year note. So that could be very inexpensive if you want to buy a piece of land and then build on that possibly, which would be the ideal situation. That land loan is for vacant land. There can't be a structure on that. But again, we'll hash out the details on that with you if that's something you're interested in. But ultimately, if you're looking to purchase a home, then that's where you're going to also have the opportunity with the zero down, as we mentioned. But also, if you do purchase a home and you need some improvements on there, they also offer up to $50,000 for home improvement loans. Now, the Veterans Administration is not going to let you buy necessarily a complete fixer-upper, but as long as it's in good condition, because you will have to have a VA appraisal on the property and it will have to pass. They don't want any veterans buying, you know, rundown properties. So if it needs minor repairs, that's okay, and you can apply for a loan up to $50,000 for that. So that's something to keep in mind. But also you have education benefits. Now, if you've served overseas, then you're likely going to be eligible for the GI Bill, which is a great educational benefit that you can take advantage of. If you haven't served, then they also, Texas offers the Hazelwood Act, which that allows you actually to take advantage of in-state tuition at a state college in Texas, up to 150 hours of tuition free. I mean, that is a huge savings. So you could get your entire bachelor's degree at no charge. It does not include living expenses though. It doesn't include books or other fees that are associated with that, but to take care of your college is a tremendous benefit. So if you're looking to go to school after the service and you want to do that here in Texas, there's a great opportunity for that. Now, there are special qualifications, and we can always discuss that. That does depend on if you were a resident whenever you entered into the service. So you needed to be a Texas resident first, gone into the service, and now you're coming home and you're looking to take advantage of that. And there's several other factors involved in there, but if that's something you want help, we can always look at the current guidelines and what it takes to get that approved and go from there. Of course, if you're looking at any type of college, they're going to be the best source to help you out with that. But I wanted you to be aware of the Hazelwood Act. You can always Google that and look it up. Now, if you need some auto-related benefits, then if you have a certain disability rating, you can actually get your driver's license at no charge. So if you need to get that updated, or you're moving from out of state and you're going to get that taken care of, it could save you about $100 is what it takes to get everything switched over. But here's the thing, is whenever you register your car, this is a hidden benefit. So if you like hidden benefits that not a lot of people know about, please go ahead and like and subscribe below if you're finding some value so far. Also, I want to know, from veteran to veteran, please comment below, where you served. Did you serve overseas? Were you deployed? Any combat zones? I was actually part of the 36th Infantry Division. I was 11 Bravo, which was infantry. I completed a tour in Iraq. That was back in 2005, so I've been around the block once or twice. I spent a whole year in Baghdad. So, looking back, I'm glad I went through that experience and learned a lot. Of course, being there, you think otherwise, but you know what I'm talking about. But go ahead and comment below if you don't mind. Tell me where you're from, what unit you're with, where you deployed. I'd love to hear about it. So if you have a certain disability rating as well, by the way, you can actually get disabled veteran license plates. And I understand that, you may not want that stigma associated with that. However, you actually get free parking at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. So, and that's up to 90 days. You can actually just pull right into the front of the airport, park right across the terminal, basically just walk across the street. You can leave your car there for up to 90 days, which they charge, that is $15 to $25 per day just for that parking. So you can literally get that for free if you have a disabled veteran license plate. So I realize you may not want that stigma, but if you qualify for it, then it's worth that benefit in itself. Especially if you tend to travel and you want to take a month or two off and you want to go travel overseas or do something that you haven't done before, you can leave your car at the airport, which would probably be a much safer option than just leaving it on the street near your house or something like that. So something else that I want you to be aware of is if you are planning on starting your own business, then Texas also provides a veteran entrepreneur program. So you can always Google that and look it up. But what they do is they provide veterans, the tools they need and support they need. So that's anywhere from counseling or consultation with business plans, some financing, help with marketing, and more. So basically, it's almost like you get your own coach or mentor, so to speak. At no charge, they provide that. The state offers that. So, and also, if you're looking for a job, then they actually provide, certain state agencies provide veterans preferential positions to come on board before they might hire somebody else. Now, I know what you're thinking. You don't want to be handed anything, but what they're saying is that maybe it's with you and somebody else and you have the same qualifications, and maybe they're having a hard time deciding. Actually, the state of Texas wants them to hire the veteran first. So, that does, I wouldn't look at that as a handout. That's actually the fact that you served in combat or served your country. That is an additional qualification that if that person doesn't have it on their resume, that's why you get that treatment. So, don't think of this as any type of stigma or anything like that. These are benefits that you've earned, and I want you to know that you deserve them. And so why not take advantage of them? They can help you out. But if you're applying to a state agency and that's something that you're interested in, then you've got a good shot of getting that job. But if you want to start your own business, then you can apply for the entrepreneurial program and actually get a lot of help, which that's where most people struggle with, is establishing a business plan and understanding the path they need to take to go down that road. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, as far as recreation goes, I know if you're like me, as veterans, we love to spend some time outdoors, hunting, fishing, things like that. you can actually get 50% off of hunting and fishing license. Actually, depending on your disability rating as well, they might just waive that cost altogether. And then on top of that, then you can also get free admission to the state parks, and I believe the national parks have some sort of benefit as well for veterans, or at least disabled veterans, so depending on your rating again. But in Texas, depending on your disability rating, you can actually get free entrance into any of the state parks. So if you like to hike or do things like that in the park activity or areas where you're at, then that's a great way to save some money there. So just keep that in mind. You can look that up, see what's currently available, whenever you're ready to take advantage of that. But as I mentioned in the beginning, if you stick around till the end, I would tell you about the savings that are going to give you the most money in your pocket, and that is the property tax savings. Now, I tell you what, living in Texas doesn't have any state income tax, which is a huge benefit because depending on how much you make, that could save you a lot of money. Well, no matter what you make, it's going to save you some money, but the more you make, that's a great thing because, as your income goes up, there's no state income tax, so you don't even have to worry about that. However, if you buy a home, property taxes can get a little out of hand here in Texas. So I want you to know that up front. Depending on the school district or the area you're in, then property taxes can get a little bit out of control. But based on your disability rating with the VA, which goes anywhere from 10% all the way up to 100%, they're going to offer some sort of benefit for you on property taxes. Now, when you buy a home, you're going to get the opportunity to apply for a homestead exemption. That's going to give you $25,000 off or $25 savings on your taxes. So let's say you buy a $200,000 home. You subtract $25,000 for the homestead exemption, it's like you're paying taxes on a $175,000 home. So that gives you those savings there. But as a veteran, depending on your rating, and if you're 100% disabled, then Texas will completely waive your property tax. And I'll tell you what, that in itself is a huge savings. I tell you what, the area I live in, Dallas, my property taxes are a little crazy. I mean, I could buy a new car for the property taxes I have. So I was able to freeze them. I do get a little bit of a credit on there, but if you're anywhere from 10 to 90%, they're gonna offer another $5,000 to $12,000. So that's on top of your homestead exemption. So let's say you qualify, you're not 100% disabled, but let's say you're 70% disabled, they would grant you another $12,000 off. So with that, you add that to the 25, that would actually give you $37,000 off of, off of the price of your home. It would reduce it by $37,000, your taxable burden on that. So that's just something to keep in mind, and you want to take advantage of that as much as you can. So again, you'll need your disability rating letter. You can do that online. You can simply print that off. They have e-benefits you can go to online and access the things you need, or print a current, whatever year you're in, you're going to need a current disability letter. So if we're in 2021, you're going to need to print off a letter that from at least January 2021, that'll be good for the whole year. So if you end up moving here in February or March, if you've got a letter from January, it will work. But if you have one from 2020, it's not likely gonna work. They won't accept that one. So just keep that in mind, and any other questions you have about that, I would be happy to answer them for you. Again, I wanna thank you for your service. And again, please comment below. Tell me what unit you're from, where you deployed, and also please like this video if you found these tips helpful for you. And if you're moving to Dallas or thinking about moving to Dallas, please give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'll be happy to help you out. I love working with veterans. You're my people, and so let's find you a great home or some land that you can build on, and from there, we hope to see you around town.